All right, guys. So we are now on 4.7. We are beginning with page 338. Here we go. So some engineering students constructed a potato cannon on the roof of a building. The height above the ground, h meters of a potato, t seconds after it is shot from the cannon, is modeled by this function. All right. This one is given by this graph. What do you know from the function? Okay, a few things. This 10 is the y-intercept right here. What it is telling us is that we know that potato or the potato cannon is on the roof of a building. Therefore, the building, all right, or the roof of the building has to be 10 meters above the ground. Okay. Next, since t squared has a negative coefficient, I know that the potato would hit the ground at some point because as it is fired, it is going up, but then it's going to come down at some point because of the negative a value. All right. Now, what from the graph, what is the maximum height of the potato? And what was the time for which it was in the air? All right. The maximum height would be the, and remember, um, well, the maximum height would be given by the y value of the vertex, but then in this case, it's an h value which represents the height. All right. The h coordinate would be approximately, I don't know, maybe this one would be about 230, right? So probably the maximum height would be about 30. We're just coming up with an estimate, okay? Maximum height about 30 meters. Okay. What was the time for which it was in the air? So from this point up to this point, okay, time zero, well, actually, time zero starts here until it hits the ground. So how much time was that? So about 4.5 seconds, okay? 4.5, so for about 4.5 seconds, it was in the air. Make sense? Okay. Next, construct your understanding. Find two integers that has a sum of 24 and the greatest possible product. Now, guys, two integers would be two numbers that are not fractions or decimals and not irrationals. Okay. So that would be, we can start with probably guesswork. So 1 times, find two integers with the sum of 24 and the greatest possible product. So 0 plus 24, of course, would be two integers with the sum of 24, but then the product would be 0 because 0 times 24 would be 0. Okay. So that would be 1 plus 23, that's 24. Okay, that's good. But 1 plus 23 is 23. All right. And then 2 plus 22. 1 times 23, not 1 plus 23. All right. So 2 times 22 is equal to 44. Hold on 1 second. Are we really going to be doing each one of these numbers? That's going to be very tedious. There should be an easier way. All right, let's put it this way. What if we decide to do this using a variable? All right, we're looking for two integers that has a sum of 24 and the greatest possible product. Well, two integers with a sum of 24. Let's say that let x be one of the integers. All right, one of the integers. If they have a sum of 24, what can you say about the other integer? All right, other integer, because there are only two. Well, if they have a sum of 24, therefore the other integer would be 24 minus x. Are you with me? If x is 10, to get the other integer, it would be 24 minus 10. If x is 5, to get the other integer is 24 minus 5. Makes sense? So what is the product going to be? Well, the product would be given by x times 24 minus x, right? And what do you notice, guys? Isn't this going to give you a quadratic function? And in which case, it will give you what? A quadratic, which means it's a parabola. All right. If you were to expand this, take a look. Going to be like this. Yeah. Or negative x squared plus 24x. Okay. How does this parabola look like? Well, it is going to be upside down like this, which means it has a maximum point. How do you know? Because of the negative here. What does that tell you? Oh, there would be a maximum point for this one. All right. The product, okay, is these two numbers multiplied together, and this x is one number while the other one is, or the binomial is another number. All right. So the maximum product is the greatest value of p, which would be the y coordinate of the vertex. Now, mind you, though, I should have written here that p is actually a function of x. All right. P of x. So this point would be given by an xy value, isn't it? That is the vertex. But then that y value really is p of x. So that means whatever is the y value of the vertex, that is the maximum product. Okay? So let's see. If you were to turn this into um, completing the square, that would be negative x squared plus 24x. Okay, there's your formula, or p of x if you want to put it that way. And we are going to factor out the negative, gives us x squared minus 24x. Okay, what are we going to add here? Um, divide this by 2, that would be negative 12 squared, that would be plus 144. Are we adding 144 here? Or are we subtracting 144? Let's take a look, okay? Now, guys, this 144 is inside the bracket, but then there's a negative, so it's actually going to be minus 144. Therefore, we have to add, okay? So, this is equal to negative of x minus 12 squared plus 144. What is the vertex? The vertex is 12, 144. How do we make sense of this? This is the maximum product, and this is one of the integers, all right? If x is one of the integers, therefore the other integer would also be a 12. So you're actually multiplying the number by itself to get the maximum product, okay? So I hope that makes sense. And that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.